Hi, third graders. I hope you're having a great day so far. Today we are going to talk about character traits. And we're going to read a book together that I think you'll really enjoy. And we're going to, afterwards, talk about the character. And then tomorrow we will do a little bit more on understanding the character in this story that I will read you. And then you'll do your own seesaw activity about analyzing and thinking about the characters in the Extra Good Sunday, which is our journey story this week. So we are going to read this book called, we're going to read this book called The Lion Inside. And afterwards, we're going to talk about the character in this story, the mouse, and we will talk about understanding him. And when I say understanding characters, I mean that we want to think about what those characters are wanting, what they're feeling, their actions that they're taking, and it could even be like what they look like. So basically, understanding a character has two different layers. It has the layer of what the character looks like on the outside. So it may be what color their hair is, what they're wearing, if they're an animal, what kind of animal they are, what color the animal is. And then on the inside, so that's the second layer, is what they're like on the inside. So what are their feelings like? What do they want? How do they treat other people? So that's what I mean when we want to analyze characters. So this story is called The Lion Inside, and it is by Rachel Bright and Jim Field. So I just want you to sit back and relax and enjoy this story. In a dry, dusty place where the sand sparkled gold stood a mighty flat rock, all craggy and old. And under that rock, in a tiny full house, lived the littlest, quietest, meekest brown mouse. He was so very tiny, so incredibly small, that nobody noticed him ever, at all. He got stepped on and sat on. He missed out on stuff, ignored and forgotten. His mouse life was tough. Meanwhile, far above, on top of the rock, times were quite different. It was Lion O'Clock. This huge, toothy creature made sure everyone saw how important he was by how loud he could roar. He was head of the pack. He was shouty and proud. He loved flexing his biceps and wowing the crowd. Yes, all were impressed by this mighty king cat. If only, thought Mouse, I could be more like that. Then, late one dark night, in his tiny mouse bed, the cleverest thought popped into his head. He leaped up in the darkness and held up a paw. I've got it, he said. What I need is a roar. I mean, what if this mouse with the weeniest squeak were a little more grrr and a little less meek? Well, he'd still be the smallest of fuzzy brown mice, but he'd make friends and join in, and life would be nice. Yes, thought the mouse, I must find out how. I will learn how to roar, and I will learn it now. But it wouldn't be easy. There was only one beast who could teach him this thing, but might make him a feast. It was time to be strong, take a chance. After all, forever was such a long time to feel so small. So he made himself brave, and he thought like a winner. He set off for the top, hoping not to be dinner. He felt like the scariest thing he could do. It felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want things to change, you first have to change you. farther he climbed, the closer he got to the stumbling lion reclining on top. Then, at last, he stood on his tippity toes. He found himself suddenly nose to nose. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak. Mr. Lion, I've come to you for, Squeak. Do you think you could teach me your roar? A silence befell the twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time went so slowly, it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and let out an eek! The lion curled up in a terrified ball. He didn't like this, not one bit at all. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, try to be nice. Well, this mighty great lion was frightened of mice. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm here as a friend. Let's hang out together. Be pals till the end. That was a magical moment for sure, when the mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out. And for that, you don't need to roar or to shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better now that the rock was to share. The mouse, while still little, felt big in his head. And Lion? He still roared, but with laughter instead. Yes, that day they both learned, no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. I love this picture book. I think it is a great one. So that was called The Lion Inside. That was the end of the story. And so actually what we're going to do now, I was going to make two separate videos, but I think we'll just, I think we could probably do it now. So what I am going to have us do is understand the character in this story. And we're going to look at the mouse character, okay? So, think about what happened in the story and what the mouse was like. So, the mouse was very, at the beginning of the story, he's very shy, he's very scared. He does not want anybody to hurt him. He's very scared and he wants to have more courage. He really wants to have a roar like the lion. And he finally built up the courage to go ask the lion to help him to roar. And then at the end of the story, he goes up there and he doesn't learn how to roar. But what does he learn? What does he learn? He learns that he is very courageous and he doesn't have to learn how to roar in order to be a mighty and courageous creature, right? A person or a mouse. He doesn't have to learn how to roar. He can be strong without that, and he can be courageous without a roar. So I'm going to have you guys click on the video that is right below this one on your teacher's Bitmoji classroom page. And we are going to analyze the character of Mouse together on a seesaw assignment. And it's going to be very similar to the one that you are going to do on your own. So I'm going to need you to go click on that video. Before you do that, I need you to take a break if you need one, because we have been going for about 10 minutes now. And if you need to do some jumping jacks, some burpees, if you need to go eat a snack or go use the bathroom, go do that before you watch the next video, okay? So I will see you all in a couple seconds. Bye.